an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Turn me up a little.
This is LoveLine.
The voice? There we go. No, it's my headphones.
With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist, and still can't sell a book. Jenna Jameson, who
can sell books,
dropped out of high school, is number 2 on the New York Times bestseller list. And, well, that's where, actually, that was on Amazon.
Yeah.
She's number 9 on the New York Times bestseller list. Name of the book, How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, Cautionary Tale. Jenna, always good to see you.
Nice to see you guys.
Jenna and I go way back.
Yes.
We have a special relationship. Mm-hmm. Drew has a special relationship with Jenna as well. We all have our special relationship with Jenna. But Jenna, I feel in some way responsible for putting her on
for success.
And I'm not saying I'm solely responsible for Jenna's success, but yeah, I more had a hand on it, as I recall. But yeah, I don't want all the credit. I just want like 65 to 75% of the credit, is what I'm saying, because
she came back.
It was,
you know what I mean? People that have huge success tend not to come back and visit shows like this.
Because she owes me. Because when I'd been in radio about 6 to 8 months. Yeah. Jenna Jameson was just getting into the business. If I'm right, it must have been about almost 10 years ago.
Yep.
And she was this sort of hot up and coming, but not, who knew who she was 10 years ago. And someone said, you want to put her on Kevin and Bean, the morning show out here at the flagship KROQ. And we decided, well, it'd be good to have her on if Mr. Burcham, my alter ego, would do something with her. So that's when I fired up the pad sander and I put the velvet on it.
I remember.
You remember that?
I remember.
Yeah, those were
vividly.
There were more innocent times, Drew. They really were.
If you call that innocent.
Yeah, I was just a kid in his 30s. Yeah, I didn't know any better. So Jenna, and then of course. Jenna Mania started shortly thereafter. And Jenna also came in here about, we found out 5 years ago, which we couldn't believe.
I was even talking to some of the sploozers out there, and they were saying 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, people, and for those who don't know what the sploozer is, it's part spaz, all loser. These are the guys who hang out in the parking lot, and anybody who comes in with a rack on them signs their whatever, and then it goes right on the internet. And they're always like, oh, this is for me. But if it was for you, first off, you live at home. You live at your mom's house.
She also knows them by name.
I know.
She's seen them everywhere she goes.
Secondly,
Fred.
Yeah, your mom would not tolerate a mountain-sized stack of porn in her house. And who you kidding? You're living at home. This stuff's going right on the internet. And by the way, this ain't, you're not an entrepreneur. Don't call yourself an entrepreneur. Here's my thing. You got to make at least $110,000 a year to call yourself an entrepreneur. Other than that, you're out of work and you got a plan. That's what we should call it. But anyway,
I agree.
Jenna, speaking of entrepreneurial spirit, Jenna has managed to parlay her sexual exploits into quite a fine career. And what is that your own sort of street smarts, or did you get hooked up with the right people early, or both?
Well, I think it's both. I from the time I got into the industry, I said that I was going to be the number one girl. I didn't know whether or not that was going to happen.
Right.
But I, put my nose to the grindstone, so to speak.
But is there somebody that sort of got behind you and?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Peter North.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean,
dare you.
That's evil.
All right. Good. Come on, Jeremy. All right.
Well, Wicked Pictures. I worked with them for a very long time, and, Joy King was amazing. They pushed me really hard, and with my hard work and their wherewithal, we made it.
And it was probably a good time to break into porn because in the past, it was just sort of this mill that ground people up and spat them back out onto the street, and nobody had contracts, nobody had a say. The chicks probably get $175, $500 a pop, and then the next one would come along.
So this was the time when they could make a star.
Yeah, I think Jenna got herself involved and got in, wet her beak, so to speak. That with each product sold, she got a little taste. Yeah. Everything has a sexual connotation
double
to it. The
entendre,
beak wetting, the tasting, the
You're
nose to the
killing me.
grindstone. It's all sex. So Jenna, and then you split from Wicked.
Right.
How long ago was that?
That was probably about 4 years ago.
And you began your own. Well, you always had your own sort of internet thing going and that sort of thing, right?
Once I split from Wicked, that was partially one of the reasons because I thought it was important to be really involved in my website, and I wasn't really allowed that luxury over at Wicked. So I decided to start my website myself and parlayed it into something really big, and then ended up starting my production company, and it worked out really well.
What, by the way, if you could get Drew to do a movie, what would that be worth? Do you know what I mean? Like
Me in a porno?
Yeah. I mean, if you were to say
A how-to.
if you were to say, well, let's just say Dr. Drew, you thought you knew Dr. Drew. You know what I mean? The man behind the stethoscope, a passionate man. And you just go, look, we gave Drew $500,000. Yeah, he talked it over with his wife, and he did a movie. Would you make your money back? Like, what do you think?
Absolutely, I'd
You
make
would?
my money back. Yeah.
You think you would?
The offer stands.
All right. Talk to your wife. And speaking of Drew's wife,
She'd
by
be
the
like,
way,
well, show me the money.
Yeah, right? Just
Really?
like,
let me
come on now.
explain what happened last time Jenna was on the show, because Drew, I think it's important.
Okay.
I think it's important that we broach this subject, and it can be painful. But Jenna has, opened herself up
In her book.
in her book, which is quite substantial. I mean, what the hell is
600
it?
pages.
600 pages.
Wow.
And Drew looked at it. Drew gave it his seal of approval. Yes, Drew?
Absolutely.
Last time Jenna was on the show, first off, Drew has a type, and Jenna's it. Yeah?
Oh,
Is that-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's right.
Jenna's everyone's type, but then you have your type within your type. Everyone loves a beautiful woman, but within the beautiful women, some guys like the auburn-haired ones, some guys like the long, gangly ones. Even though everyone's attractive, this is right in Drew's wheelhouse. Jenna is, and Jenna and Drew, being a man of passion but also a man of medicine, spoke to Jenna, and Jenna was going through some difficulties in her life last time she was on the show.
Read about it in the book.
She was opening up and confiding in Dr. Drew. Drew opened up his fly to her. No, Drew opened up to her. Drew did what he would do with any
Right.
person. He's a passionate yet compassionate man.
Thank you.
And Jenna, I think you were touched.
He
that Drew,
totally touched.
Where'd he touch you?
Come on now.
No, Jenna was touched that Drew. Well, he didn't judge. He didn't.
He was so sweet to me.
He focused on his Hippocratic oath, and he extended his hand to Jenna, who was down at the time, and Jenna, I think, repaid him and felt like she owed him a debt of gratitude and sent him some flowers. And
That's very nice.
then Drew, now, did your wife find the flowers, or did you just have to give them to me, and then I had to give them to my girlfriend?
It was the latter.
Oh, yeah. Drew could not bring the flowers home. I said, are you kidding me? And then Drew's wife still found out about it and still got mad. Is that true, Drew?
She's fine now. She's fine.
All right. She's fine. 5 years
absolutely
later,
fine.
she's
No,
well,
just
I didn't
gotten
do
over
it because I was like
Course
trying to
not.
hit on you. I
No.
was doing it
She
because
was
I
sweet.
was
It was
thanking
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
No,
thank you for sending them. Everything's fine.
We
Okay,
know
good.
we know what the intentions of the flowers
Yeah.
were. And my thing with Drew is you got to yank the chain a little on
I
the
know.
old
You
lady.
gotta-
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just I think
She's
she
fine.
wants it.
No, she's fine.
She's
absolutely
fine now.
Yeah.
It took her 3.5 years to get over
Takes
Jenna
what it
sending you
takes.
some flowers.
No, she's fine.
All right. All right.
She didn't come in tonight. She's here. She's fine.
All right.
She understands.
All right.
Next time I'll just give you a phone call.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're busted now.
No. No. Send over some ice skates for his daughter.
Oh.
That
There you
she would
go.
go for that.
Okay.
All right, so Jenna is going to be where's she going to be tomorrow at the at Book Soup.
Book Soup.
Book Soup on Sunset Boulevard. That is 8818 Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood at 7:00. So she
7
will,
p.m.
She will be not in the a.m. No, that's
I
one
don't
good
get up
thing
that
about the
early.
life. Yeah. And what is a normal day for you like? And
Not when you're on a book tour.
and where's the money? Is it in personal appearances? Is it actually in owning?
Well, it's
part
in
of
producing movies.
producing movies.
Absolutely.
Not that your web business doesn't.
Well, you know what? It's kind of, they're both right up there. the internet is so lucrative. It's insane. So I never really realized that when I started producing my own movies, how much money these movie studios were making.
As compared to what they pay the
Oh
performers.
my gosh, it's crazy. So
And I'm glad that you don't use the Lord's name in vain, by the way.
I
hear a lot,
don't.
oh my God.
I don't.
We've never heard that from a
That's
guest.
scary.
So a movie. What does an average movie cost? From the time that you sit down and write all 8 pages of the script to the time that it
you only do
actually.
movies that yourself are in, or do you do just all kinds?
Well, I do all kinds. The larger percentage of the movies that I've been producing so far, I have starred in. But I'm starting to kind of step away from being in front of the camera. So, to answer your question, they're anywhere from $25,000 to $250,000. It depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Right. And
If
but
you spend more, do they tend to be distributed more or make more? Or?
Well, not really. It doesn't really matter if there's a big star's name on the movie. It doesn't matter if it cost you $10. It's going to sell the same. But I pride myself on making really good product, so I try to put as much money in as possible.
and where is when the average porn movie, adult movie, I should call it. Where's the money made when it's sold? Is it just actual DVDs going out the door? Is it like the SpectraVision deals or pay-per-view stuff or Playboy TV? It's all getting. Where's the bulk of the money
most
coming?
of it is in the sales of the actual movie.
Really?
The cable sales, yeah, it's a smaller percentage.
Because it seems to me, Drew, quiet down.
I'm just thinking I saw you in Times Square in a huge billboard. Is that a movie?
I actually own the billboard, so I can put up different pictures for each thing that I want to promote.
How about a shot of me and Drew?
Okay.
I'm not talking about all year, but just for 6 months.
6 hours.
For 6 minutes.
between the yeah.
Wait a minute. How do you own the billboard? You mean you have it for an allotted period of time?
Exactly.
It's a huge billboard on Broadway.
I know. I've seen it. I actually masturbated to it. It was a light traffic day.
I was going to say, but you masturbate to the Panasonic's graphics up
Oh,
there.
please.
It's a scary visual.
Like I said, it was a Sunday. It was a light traffic day. It was starting to get dark.
You're bored.
Yeah, it wasn't like there were a couple guys in line
Did you
waiting
hear
to
that
see a
happened
show.
today in Scott Pearson's trial?
What happened?
Some guy started self-stimulating in the middle of the courtroom.
Really?
Ew.
Yeah, that crazy.
Wow. Wow. Jenna. Ooh. I mean, ew.
What is this world coming to?
Oh, very sad. Man cannot even beat off at a
But
murder trial
anyway.
without the judgment of prying eyes. Is this what you're saying? Because I agree. I think I know where you're
Exactly.
heading with this. Where's this world coming to, Drew, when we have to pass judgment?
Or you can't masturbate when you want
You
to.
can't masturbate in a public building. Please. All right. There should be like a Bible masturbation radius that he was within.
But that it seemed like that was a cinematic release, that the film that was being promoted in Times Square. No.
Yeah, I think the one that you're speaking about was a movie that I did called The Masseuse.
No, look, I kind of confused
All
it
right,
with.
Drew,
Just
get
a
on
second,
the
but
internet,
I
would
kind
you?
of confused it with your book because it looked
Right.
like it was an advertising for that, but then it sort of seemed like it was also a film. Is there a film?
Not yet.
Okay.
Is there?
But
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
Oh, well, that's the other thing. Now, I heard you a little bit on Stern talking about it. I mean, it's a tell-all. It gets into your life, your past, your upbringing, all that stuff, but also guys you've been with, a-hole celebrities. Oh, thank Christ I never did anything stupid.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, not that you would have gone for it, but you know what I mean? Some of them are just pathetic. Most of them just sound bad. Like
Yeah.
Adam started crying and begged me for handy. He said it would be cool. And he said no one would find out. Then he cried some more. And then he told me he was a nipple freak and he wanted you to touch his nipples and put lipstick on them. You know, like some of the stuff, it gets a little weird. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you
Thank God
said
I only
that to
worked
Jenna,
her over with a pad sander.
If you said that to her, not me, like you usually do, it'd be a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I have sensitive nipples.
Yeah,
I'm
what
a
are you
nipple
gonna
man. I like a little nipple stimulation. I don't think that makes me a bad guy.
You don't-
No, it doesn't.
Jenna,
But
do you
doesn't
think
make you
that
want to
makes me?
vomit when he says that?
No, I think it's great.
I have
It
sensitive
makes me
nipples.
laugh, but I think it's great.
Well, I don't know what's funny about it. Just as God made me. All right.
Oh gosh.
All right, Jenna Jameson in studio tonight. We'll take a question for Jenna. Again, down at Book Soup there. What's that? Did I say that? Tomorrow, yeah, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Los Angeles for the rest of you.
That's right. Nicole,
Yeah?
23.
Yes.
What's up?
I just wanted to ask Jenna what the craziest thing she thinks she's ever done is.
Oh man. I've done some crazy things.
That's what I figured.
Just out of control. There are a few times in my life where I've looked back and I'm like, I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Dangerous behavior?
Of course. I mean, when I lived in Las Vegas, I ran the streets. My father wasn't very attentive. And
your mom died at a very young age.
Yes. So I was kind of left on my own.
But that was sort of the core trauma for you, wasn't it?
I think so. I think so.
Mom passing away.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though I wasn't able to deal with it because it happened when I was so young, it certainly affected
How old
who
were
I
you?
was. I was 2.
Wow.
I was 2. So, I grew up, kind of on my own, very independent. And, when I was about 15, 16 years old, I used to run around the streets of Las Vegas.
Wow.
Unsupervised and jump into strangers' cars on the Las Vegas Strip and just kind of cruise the strip with these strangers with a couple of my girlfriends. And I look back on that and I'm like, I could have been really hurt.
Well, the thing about Vegas is as soon as you get off the strip, you're just in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
It's essentially just a graveyard for mafiosa types and strippers that talk too much. Yes, Drew?
Was your dad a policeman in Las Vegas?
Yes, he was.
Wow. And so
I remember going to house parties and when I was 15, 16 years old and everybody be screaming, "Oh, the cops are coming, the cops are coming." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's my dad," and I'm vaulting over the back wall, trying to get away because I knew my dad would be there. So
right. Yeah,
it's pretty
'cause
crazy.
That's like a 1-2 punch. That is the cops
And your dad.
and your
Yeah.
dad. I don't know
call your
what's-
dad. Your dad's...
Yeah, I don't know what's worse. It's a compound. I don't know. The kids of cops always seem to run just a little bit wild.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before, Drew, and I'm sure it's a whole host of reasons. But one of it is I do believe most cops have a sort of wild streak in them that could have sent them on the other side of the law had they not buckled down and
Very
chose
true.
to get on the right side of the
Very
badge.
true.
They're definitely thrill seekers. I mean, you just don't find quite bookworm types who decide they want to, carry a piece and wrestle guys in the back of a squad car. And it's that same energy that can sort of take you in another direction. Sometimes their kids have that same energy and don't choose to go the same law enforcement direction.
That's for sure.
So now when did you get out of Vegas?
I left Vegas when I was about 18 years old.
18.
18.
And Jimmy Kimmel grew up in Vegas. You run into Kimmel over there? Because he used to say he
I
got all the
haven't.
ladies.
I haven't.
And it was funny because I see pictures of him in high school playing the clarinet with the funny part in the hair and the thick glasses. And I'm like, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All of them? All the time. Really? Because you're just all knees and elbows. No. All the ladies. So I'm surprised. Wow, you
No,
dodged
I wasn't one of them.
dodged a bullet. Should be another notch in Kimmel's nightstand.
I'm
there.
much too young.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So, and speaking of age, when do you hang up the diaphragm?
Wow, that's a good question.
It's powerful. That's why I get the big bucks.
Diaphragm.
Well, I don't know what you do as
Do
a.
people still use diaphragms?
I do.
The Nuva ring.
You do.
I use a new ring. Jimmy likes it. Says it
I
doesn't
think
chafe him.
that, well, nowadays women become, more and more beautiful as they get older. So
That's right.
So I don't think that it's a matter of age. I think that it's a matter of how you've grown as a person.
But isn't adult
here's-
film
here's-
star is sort of like boxer or other sports or things that's like when you start getting older, you lose that energy. Like you just don't want to beat guys up. You just don't want to F in front of a camera. You just
I
you don't
haven't
want
lost
to
that
you don't want to
yet.
thrill seek. Really?
No, not yet. I think it's because I've kept my movies to a minimum. I only
didn't
do
burn
about
out.
1 or 2 a year. So
I would think, though, a line in the sand that some people might sort of point to as where they want to stop is when they have kids. Is
Absolutely.
That's something in the future for you?
That's my line in the sand.
So that's when you're going to stop. That's when
Absolutely.
she's hanging it up.
That's
Yeah.
what my mom said,
And
Drew.
I know, but unfortunately, she didn't stop. And so,
No, she's still working. She's in her
in
she's
fact,
71.
Things would have been a lot better for you.
It ain't pretty.
If they're locking herself in the bathroom and screaming "freak out." I
The
don't know.
bedroom yelling freak out.
I beg your pardon.
Smoking weed, yeah. Yes, we all have our crosses to bear, Jenna. Perhaps I should write a
And is
book.
that something near future? distant
Yeah,
future?
I'm hoping. You know, I got married last year, and I have a wonderful husband, and it's something that I've looked forward to for quite a while. So I'm hoping that soon.
And if you're only doing a movie or so a year, do you get to handpick your co-stars?
Well, I only work with my husband.
Oh, that's it now.
Yeah.
Oh, so I've probably seen his penis.
Ew.
Is he over there? Is he behind you now?
No,
Oh, okay.
he's been behind me. Quite
Yeah. All right. But that's now. See, there's one of those things where you know you've arrived. You got to be hot to only work with one dude like your boyfriend, or to call the shots.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's true.
If you're skanky,
Well,
it's
not
like,
just hot. You kind of have to
controlling
have
power.
set yourself.
Yeah,
in
hot
the
helps
business.
though. Yeah, you got to have some juice because otherwise it's like, look, I only work with one guy. Oh yeah, well there's a Hungarian soccer team. Now get down there, or you don't get your $80. But if you're Jenna, you're like, nah, I just work with my husband, and he wears a condom on his head like Howie Mandel, and those are the rules. Take it or leave it. All right.
He does. That's funny.
All right, we will take ourselves a little break. Jenna Jameson is here tonight. The name of the book is How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, Cautionary Tale, a substantial piece of literature that Drew can't bring home. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine is brought to you by the September Playboy, on sale now. It features the college pigskin preview, 20 questions with Terrell Owens, and the women of the Olympics in a sizzling pictorial. Good luck getting around to the football.
But sand, and now there's, 35,000 gallons in the back of everyone's house. Mm-hmm. Think about it.
Yeah. Monsoons every day.
Two, one, go.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jenna Jameson in the studio tonight. Dear friend, Jenna Jameson. The book is called How to Make Love Like a Porn Star. It is number 9 on the New York Times bestseller list, and it is a substantial piece of work. Almost 600 pages,
I
or
like
maybe
that
600.
substantial.
It is. It's substantial is a good word because it suggests that it's a powerful book and you could hurt somebody if you hit them with it.
It's like a brick.
Yeah, it is. It's a block of book. Drew.
I have a question. The guy that helped you write this,
Yeah, Neil Strauss.
says he wrote one of the best-selling adult films of all time.
Yes, he did.
Which one?
Bella Loves Jenna.
Wow. Drew?
I'm just.
Bella
He's
Loves-
an amazing writer,
I thought you were going to say Taboo or something, and Adam would just go out of his mind.
He has it all.
which is one of the best selling of the
he
year this year.
loves. Yeah. And who knew that Bela Lugosi would make a movie that late in his career?
No,
he was
you didn't.
He was in his late 80s when he shot the film.
You didn't go there. No.
Bella. I don't know if I've seen Bella Loves Jenna.
Belladonna
Oh, Belladonna loves Jenna.
That's
What
hot.
year did that come out?
this year.
And
year.
it's one of the best-selling ones of all time?
Of all time.
Wow. I didn't know that could... I don't know why.
That fast, yeah.
Yeah, I thought these things had to accumulate over the course of, 40 years or something.
Before.
Is DVD...
Times have changed. Everybody buys them now.
Yeah, so people used to rent them. And by the way, it's how we were look back on guys sitting in a theater, sitting in a Pussycat theater, and imagine one day when I'm going to have to explain to your kids that yes, hundreds of men would gather in one theater and all watch communally 3-4 films in a row. They're going to be like, Uncle Adam, I don't understand. Did they have the... No. Oh, no. There was no internet, my friend.
How's that
we
possible?
would have to lock arms. At least that's the way your Uncle Adam did it. And we would all sit in a crowded theater and not watch one, 60-minute film. We'd watch 9. I mean, you sit
I
there for
don't
about
think you're
7
supposed
hours.
to lock arms, though. Adam.
That's
Just the way
what
Adam did it,
That's
though.
the way we.
Just
That's the way the Corollas
just
did
go with
it,
it.
and
Just
we'll
go with it.
continue to do it because we're rich with tradition. But okay, so the point is so then you go from that. So that sounds bizarre now. Like telling, well, what you're sitting with a bunch of dudes. What are you supposed to do? Well, you log it all. You get about 9 hours in your brain, and then you hustle home and you beat yourself to a pulp. And it's like, okay, but now. We were talking about this when people were renting porn, and the idea of renting porn sounds bizarre.
How about, hey kids, you remember that television star Pee Wee Herman used to like when you were a kid? Well, he went to one of
we
these
locked
theaters.
arms.
Exactly.
Think how weird that's going to be for
He
them.
was on my right side, and so now
He didn't wait till he went home.
they don't really rent movies anymore, do they? Do
No, not
people
really.
rent movies?
Everybody buys them.
Because I mean, you could literally go to a truck stop and get one for $6. Do
You know why
need
I
to
think
rent?
that is because I think more and more women are comfortable seeing porn.
Ooh, we don't have to hide it.
Yeah, so guys don't have to hide it any longer.
And who the hell wants to, if you think about, all right, the movie costs $3-4 to rent, but getting in your car, trucking it down to the thing, getting the humiliation
Right.
running as someone you went to high school with. I rented a movie called Porn Bloopers once because it's like, well, I like to beat off and I got a sense of humor. This is tailor-made for me. You know what I mean? These were my two things, right?
Oh,
These are my two things.
Adam Carolla story.
And
porn bloopers.
I rented Porn Bloopers, which was a just disaster. And I was returning it, except when I realized, I have no cash. So I had to go out the car and fish through the change, the ashtray thing, and get like $4 worth of quarters and nickels.
Yeah.
And then the person behind the counter, someone I went to high school with, a chick.
Oh.
And I
Ooh.
thought, this guy's returning Bobby Hollander's Porn Bloopers, and he's paying in nickels. Corolla kids falling on
That's
hard
pretty
times.
bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Boy, you were captain of the football team last time I saw you. What happened? Sad. Normally, she would be embarrassed because she's working at a video
Right,
store, but
yeah.
no, not when the guy returns porn bloopers.
Yeah. Roll nickels.
Yeah, you got any blooper reels, Jenna?
Well, that's the cool thing about DVDs nowadays.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that you get all the extras. So there's always a bloopers reel.
Yeah, I know because I got Jenna's movie. What's the Firehouse movie?
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Yeah.
I
Very
can't believe I can
seductive.
remember these things.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's got behind the scenes. Got the director narrates a little picture of the craft service table. It's all there. It's all there. And let me say this too about porn on the DVD format. You know where you're going. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're fast forwarding. You can either scan through it, but it goes too slow, so you stop it and you go forward. But then you think you missed something, so you stop and go back. Yeah,
Well, the cool
DVD's
thing
the way
about
to
my
go.
movies now, I put a fetish menu. So you can pick out what you like the very best about porn, and it jumps to those exact scenes.
Really? You mean in the DVD?
So your nipple licking,
Yeah.
boom.
But that's my own nipple saw.
Well, you can
She's
fantasize.
working on that. She's working on that. She's working on that.
Okay.
Yeah, sooner or later I'll be able to
I don't
do
want
that.
to be confused with me giving pleasure to others.
Porn
That's not
4D.
what it's about. Drew, explain to Jenna that nobody receives oral like me.
Oh, would you like to see this? It's really you may be giving up some secrets that could show up in a film.
Exactly.
Well, what I want to say to Jenna is a lot of people talk about their prowess satisfying others. A lot of guys brag that they can bring a woman to climax or give her great oral sex
But
or whatever.
Corolla.
Not me. But I'll tell you what I do better than any guy in North America is I receive oral better. Do you know what I'm saying? And to me,
that's a talent.
I'll tell you what. Because,
Adam, don't you going too far? Don't you better? You'll better
well, no, I don't want to get defensive about it. What I'm saying
Are you going to show her?
I will. Yeah.
I want to see.
Are you sure?
Later.
Later.
All right. But the point is a lot of guys, it's like you watch the Olympic sports. Everyone wants to win in the swimming and the track and field things, but the smart guy's over collecting his medals in archery and ping pong and stuff. He goes where there's not much competition. You don't have to take on any brother that can squat 800 pounds, just a couple of nerds, and you take home the gold, and you got a gold medal. That's what I did with receiving oral.
That's nice.
I'm not even getting the line of the guys
commendable.
who claim they can go all night and bring a woman to the height of climax. I receive better than anybody. And there's nobody who can take my who can lay claim to my throne, Drew. Do you understand?
I'm here to tell you.
All right. Now, I'm gonna give you just a little sample of what I'm like.
Okay, bring it on.
It's part
Oh,
of
right
my
now?
technique. Yeah.
Oh
You
boy.
gonna do it?
Yeah. Keep going. And that's it.
That's
no,
good.
No beating about the head with the knuckles. No resting the beer on the crown of the
That
head.
is good stuff.
Yeah. Again, I'll give you one more shot.
No,
and,
no.
and I'm not
No,
rude.
no. Come on.
I'll tell you.
You're gloating
And I've
now. Come on.
refined my techniques
Relax.
over the years,
Come
too.
on. Enough.
I learned that, for instance, put down the TiVo remote. That's something I learned
That was
just
that
a
was
few weeks
breakthrough.
ago.
Okay.
I mean, the point is I can always improve.
You're bragging now. You're bragging. Come on.
All right. I'm
I'm
just
getting
saying.
intimidated.
I'm saying I've take the pants all the way off. These are other. If you're gonna you can't take the pants off unless you take the shoes off. These are all things, all ways. I've honed my technique. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no matter how good you are, you can improve. That's what I'm saying.
I agree completely.
And what you saw there, you thought was the pinnacle of receiving oral, but I'm still looking to move forward like any champion. You know what I mean? I don't look at my rear view. I don't look at my oral rear. I look through my oral windshield. You know what? Okay.
There we go.
You know
An
what
inspiration.
I'm saying? Yeah. Well, there's. I would like to work with kids, handicapped kids, who don't. The confidence that comes from receiving proper oral. You know what I mean? Properly receiving oral,
Oh,
I
boy.
should say.
Here we go.
Get in and start talking,
This is good
and you
stuff.
got to get them early too. You approach a guy 18, 19 years old, try to teach. No, it's like gymnastics. You get them at 5, 6, 7 years old and really start working on the fundamentals. You don't do oral on them at that point. But again, start working on the posture, start to
Don't
developing
tell them
those
what it's
muscles.
for. You just
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jennifer,
Yes.
you're 28?
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, my question is, I am 28 and I've never had an orgasm, and I just want to know how abnormal that is, I guess, and if there's anything I can do.
What do you think, Jenna?
Well, I don't think it's abnormal. I think that a lot of women, they aren't able to relax enough. They worry too much about other things that are happening, like whether or not they look fat, whether or not their man is truly in love with them, or there are a lot of different things that go through women's minds, and it's hard to relax enough to be able to get to that point where you orgasm. I've been through it, believe it or not, and it's all a matter of feeling comfortable and letting go.
And women get up in their own head a little too much and get in their own way, beside whatever biological wiring that is different in some women from woman to woman. But I do agree with Jenna that even the ones where the potential's there for an orgasm, they get up in their head sometimes.
Does the letting go is it a frightening experience to some women, do you think?
Yeah, it's
a vulnerability?
It's a trust thing.
Yeah.
You know?
But what about now, that's interpersonal, that's with another person. What about if she's by herself?
Well, that's how it should begin. You should make sure that you practice. That always helps.
We have a lot of women that call here can't quite get in that place where those things happen to them.
Right.
With
Well,
a person.
it's put into our heads that masturbation is so wrong.
I'm not sure of that.
It really is.
Because you can't force a guy to stop no matter how much you try to tell him it's bad.
Well, that's a guy, but
Well,
girls.
that's a man. Women
But
are totally different.
totally different. All right.
Totally
What do you
different.
think she starts talking about?
Well,
then?
no, but she's saying that the reason they're different. I want to clarify. It's not they're different because they were told not to do it or it's something's wrong with
No,
them.
we believe that. I mean, from the time I was young, I certainly worried about whether what I was doing was right. But I got past that. But
Yeah.
I certainly did. But it's kind of a hard thing. I know that once I got to the point where I trusted a man enough to be able to not worry about whether my face looked stupid when I was orgasming. Then it was fine. Then it came easy to me.
Hey,
But even with masturbation, it's not uncommon not be able to have one?
It's very common. It's much more common with masturbation than with a person. And at your
What's
age,
much more common?
to have trouble orgasming during
really?
masturbation.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It is common
For
in my
women,
age?
yeah. But at 28, you should be getting around to it.
Yeah.
It should be about time that things.
Got to get the right toy.
Yeah. You got a vibrator?
I do. But I was wondering now, do I need to try different ones, I guess?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shop around.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Why? What's the difference between them?
Well, every girl's different with what they like. Some like very minimal stimulation. Some like very heavy stimulation. So there are toys that run the gamut.
I have Ron Jeremy's penis in my attic.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
Ron brought in a latex version of himself.
I didn't really bring it in. I told him to go get it.
It was in the trunk of his car. Yeah.
And at first, when he said it was in the trunk, I thought, "Oh Christ, this is going to get nasty when he pulls this thing out." And then I realized, oh, it's actually out in the car. I thought that was just more porn talk.
Right.
But he went and got it, and
But then when your Guatemalan maid found it, come on,
Ooh.
that was traumatic.
I don't have no. She's probably writing a book right now.
Oh yeah.
You ought to talk to my maid.
Oh well, your maid could commit suicide. You got to pay for like therapy for your maid.
Exactly.
My maid found this this behemoth of a dork that was sitting around my house and probably thought, God knows what he does with this thing. I'm sure it had zero context other than the up the took eye. There's only one place that thing could have gone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very scary. And my whole thing is I should throw it away, but it probably costs $65.
Oh my God.
Like what? I can't throw it away. It's something. Do you guys get into that? Where
So you don't use it really truthfully?
I might use it to ward off like someone's trying to break into the house or something. I mean, it's a weapon, but no, I don't. I once in a while I'll dab a little Nivea on it and touch it just a little bit on my nipple. Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. Come on, Drew. I have sensitive nipples. That's all. But that's on rare. I mean, that's like 3 nights a week.
When you're feeling real freaky.
Yeah, I got to feel, and it's important for me to feel sexy, and that's why I wear sexy underpants. And it's not for my lady. You know, I do it for me. Drew, you know what I'm saying. I like to feel good. I don't care what other people think. I need to feel sexy.
We'll be right back.
All right. We're going to take ourselves a little break. The Jenna Jameson in tonight. Name of the book, How to Make Love Like a Porn Star. It is out as we speak. We'll take a quick break. Be right back.
Okay, Mike.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Oh, it's crazy. It's something.
I thought that was in Utah.
You're in trouble at this one in Utah.
Yeah, there's Utah, but it's called like Arizona.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. The Black Eyed Peas in here tomorrow night. Jenna Jameson in here tonight. Always good to see Jenna. And we're kindred spirits because we met, I think, when neither one of us was officially in show business.
And I like my nipples played with, too.
See that?
That's proof positive.
Yep. That's right. Separated at birth. Both have we're sensitive people with sensitive nipples. Drew, as a man of passion, although has no feeling in his nipples.
Strangely enough.
Oh, come on.
Well, no. Drew fell asleep on an airplane once, and I held a Bic lighter underneath his nipple. Thank God he was wearing his nursing bra. I was able to just carefully peel the Velcro patch back, exposing the nipple. And had it not been for the smell of the burnt hair, I don't think you would have woken up, Drew.
No, of course not.
A nursing bra.
Yeah, when he travels.
Listen,
old habits die hard. We're traveling. We travel together. I insist.
He convinced me to insist I wear it. he thought I would be of a similar proclivity to him, and so he wears his. I wear mine.
It's also the kind of thing where I bought it for him, I think, for like Christmas, and it's like, you know, when your grandmother gets you a sweater, and then she's coming over for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he felt like he had
Plus,
to wear
he's so
it, right?
abusive. You got it. Yeah, I just to appease him. I do it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So we travel, and Drew wears the nursing bra.
I thought you've got to be more empathic with other people. Not everyone experiences things exactly the same way you do.
All right.
So
I'm just saying, Drew's nipples are not even hooked up.
yeah, but still.
There's nothing attached to them. They're really just coasters that are just stuck onto your chest. Really, I mean it.
Does that make me a lesser person?
In my book,
How
yeah.
dare you?
Jenna, bite his nipple and prove once and for all to his wife, to everyone else who's listening. All right. So, but you know why Drew's not a nipple man? Because Drew is a bread and butter man. He's a meat
What's
and
that?
potato man. Well, I'll tell you
bread
what.
and butter, meat and potatoes.
He goes right for the main course sexually.
Okay.
He doesn't like conversation and a nice starter salad and a
You
soup
guys
du
know
jour.
a lot about each other.
Drew's passionate.
Wow.
That I know.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't want to be on the
He-
you don't want to be
well-
on the losing end of his passion. You get on the business end of his passion. That's trouble. All right.
I'll keep that in mind.
Word of the wise is sufficient.
Germany or Florida?
It's time to play Germany or Florida. Here's how it goes. All bizarre stories emanate from either Germany or Florida. I think we've got about
Jenna
last
grew up
6 in a row.
Florida. Didn't you? You were
Well,
in Florida?
yeah, for a few years I lived in Florida.
Florida's
All right.
become a bizarre place.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Germany has always quietly
other
and
bizarre
efficiently been bizarre
Yeah.
as well. And let's round up all the Jews and put them in an oven.
Who?
Maybe that should have been a little heads up that they don't do things exactly how we do them over there.
Right.
I don't know why, we're all over that. All right, they're back on their feet. So, Anna,
Hi.
time to play Germany or Florida.
Yeah, okay. A 60-year-old woman thought her husband was home when she heard a car pull up into her garage. Then a naked stranger walked into the house. He asked for a person she never heard of. Then he came after her when she said his friend wasn't there. She picked up a pair of scissors and he fled. He didn't get far. She called the police and he was arrested in her driveway. Police identified the man as 39 years old, and they found 33 pornographic videos in his car.
All right. Well,
It could have happened on either.
could have
Easily.
happened. Yeah.
Easily on either.
This isn't completely Germany or
Yeah,
Florida
but
specific.
that's fine. Her job is to stump us.
Random crazy always smacks of Florida to me.
It does. And
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah. Well, here's a
Floridian.
Floridian telling us. But driving into a driveway in a garage and stuff sort of smacks of Florida too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Germany does not have carports.
All right. True knows. True. So what do you like a civic engineer in Germany? Or
What's the
something?
German word for garage?
Lay the Rosa. Farfignugan? I don't know. That's the only German I know from a Volkswagen commercial in the 80s. Anna?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Florida. Yeah. All right, baby doll. You get nothing.
Thanks.
Thanks. All right.
Thanks.
Well, we're really like 7 for our last 7 on the Germany.
Oh,
and
I think we're
Florida.
better than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we may have stumbled a little bit. No?
I think we're in double digits.
Overall, we're well into the 90 percentile, yes?
Yes.
All right. Let's keep a rocking and speak to John, who has a question for Jenna. John 17. John? John?
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go.
He got scared.
All right. Let's talk. Oh, really?
Montana.
All right. Mac,
Yeah.
you're 18.
Yep.
What's your question tonight?
Well, hey, I just want to say I love you, Adam and Drew, and Jenna. I'd do anything to see you, but I had a quick question for you, Drew.
Yeah.
Okay, I play football. I'm a senior on the team, and before all the games, the guys like to masturbate, and they say it really helps them get pumped up for the game.
No.
And I was wondering
don't.
if that, is true. Maybe I could take that up, or
Liar,
Bogus.
whore, and you know it.
It's a non-question.
Yeah. Nobody
What's
does
that?
that. You don't
No,
beat
I'm
off
serious.
before the big game. Where? You mean at home and then they show up to the high school?
yeah.
No.
No, they do.
All right. And do you notice the guys who beat off playing any better?
Well, I don't know, because they do it all the time. So
That's the point. It's not any different than any other day.
Well, they said that something about it gets your testosterone going.
Well, actually, it's an interesting point.
All right,
yeah,
go.
touche.
Yeah, what about
There
it?
is a point at which testosterone will climb if a guy is masturbating regularly. If he does too much, it applies the Corolla technique. Your testosterone
Sensitive nipples, high levels of circulating estrogen.
testosterone starts to fall off. So there's sort of an optimal zone. If they don't masturbate much, testosterone is not as stimulated to be.
What is that number? I must know what that
it's
number
different for
is.
different people. It's not becoming compulsive about it. That's for sure. But it's also not trying to restrict it.
What were you saying? I was thinking about masturbation. Were you saying something? All right, Jenna. Do flick Drew's nipple.
No.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Don't get him in
Treat
trouble.
her like
Adam.
a guest too.
All right. What do you mean? I wouldn't treat her like a guest. I treat everyone with the same horrible manners and dignity. Yeah. I mean, Jenna.
That's what we love about you.
Yeah,
Adam.
we're thick as thieves. There's
I
great
know.
love
That's right.
between Jenna and I. How
All right,
dare
you started her career. What are you going to say?
try to cast a shadow on what
I
we
know.
have
I know.
and what we've had for many years.
I know.
10 years
You've
I've
spoken
known
of
this
it
little
often.
girl.
I know.
All right. Let's keep moving and speak to Sarah, who's 25. Sarah,
Hi.
what's happening, baby doll?
Well, love you, Dr. Drew and Adam and Jenna. Big fan.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm having a problem with obsessive sexual thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I have, and it's getting worse. It's just accelerating. I keep having thoughts of being a submissive. I've had phone sex with strangers.
You in a relationship?
No.
All right.
You mean, am I now?
Yeah.
Well, no. Yes and no. It's strictly sexual.
Have you been on pain medicine recently?
No.
Nothing like that? You're not trying to come off something?
No.
Why?
Because it sounds like it's something's accelerating, trying to manage something with this, and it feels a lot of control.
Well, what about any other substance? You quit anything, cigarettes or booze or anything?
No, I really don't drink. It makes me tired.
All right.
I smoke weed every once in a while, but
nothing. You were not trying to stop something. So, all right.
All right.
Let's
No,
get
I'm
back
not
to this.
trying to-
All right.
All right,
Hold on a second.
Sarah, hang on, and phone screener Brian, don't hang up on Sarah because we're not done with her. We're going to try to get to the... Easy, baby.
Here
See
we
what
go.
I mean?
Yeah, every time you pick up the phone, it doesn't have to be sex talk, you know.
Lately, it does. Okay.
No bipolar history, Sarah?
I've been diagnosed for several years with depression, anxiety, and panic.
Did my nipple talk arouse you?
All right, we got to talk.
It
We'll talk.
did.
Okay,
And
hold on.
something's going
Now
on,
we know
Sarah.
she's got a
Sarah's-
problem. Drew, you better get a medevac unit over there. You're
worry.
helicopter to nearest psychiatric unit. Jenna Jameson here. Take a quick break. Be right back.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the date line. The date line.
877-889-DATE.
Two, one, and go.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Jenna Jameson in here for one more excruciatingly long break.
It's not long.
Segment. Yeah. It's not. Goes right by, right?
It does.
Yeah. You don't really want Jenna Jameson telling you it's not long.
Come on.
If you break it down. Just if it's out of context, you know what I'm saying?
Or not long enough.
Yeah, just reading the transcript, you know. Jenna is here promoting her book, How to Make Love Like a Porn Star. It is not a how-to book by any stretch of the imagination. It is a deep, soul-searching process. Yes, Jenna?
Yeah, the book's made up of a lot of different things. I mean, it's my crazy life. It's also like my 10 commandments to dating. I mean, there's a lot of really funny, great parts to it. But
what are those?
you've got to read them. They're hilarious.
Go to what page is that under?
Oh, that's a good question. There's 600 pages.
Want to find the 10 commandments of dating.
Nicole, you out there still? Nicole here?
Yeah.
She was reading them to me the other day.
Mm-hmm. You want to say Nicole is?
I definitely
Nicole's a disc
worked on
jockey
those.
here at KROQ in Los Angeles.
Thank you. All right, Drew, you can spend
Nicole's hot, by the way.
You can spend. She is in an Earth Mama kind of way. Drew, you want to? You spend
give
the
me a
next
second.
half hour
Relax.
looking
Yeah,
for
I'll
that.
find it. Don't
All
worry.
right, hey, Drew.
What?
Drew, he with no feeling in his nipples attacks me.
I
We're
beg your
sensitive.
pardon.
And a nipple is, they say the eyes are a window to the soul.
Yeah, nipples.
Nipples, that is the trailer ball that
Stop.
that you tow.
Think about what you're going to say.
That you tow
Don't
your
go
life
there.
cargo with.
Ah.
You understand?
Yes, the trailer ball of life.
And mine is shiny and chrome. and
Yes.
yours a seagull craft on.
Well, there you go.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm not hauling much. Not got much in tow.
I am.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, isn't it true that men have a lot more nerve endings in their nipples than women?
What about it, Drew?
I don't know if that's true or not.
I've read that.
Okay.
You have.
Yeah,
Where'd you
so-
read it, though?
I don't know, Cosmo or something.
All right.
Is that bad?
Just Cosmo's like, oh.
Drew doesn't like that. Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, so when we were speaking last, you're still 25. You
Still 25, even though it was a long break.
Here they are. Here's the
10 Commandments. Name. I'll hold off on that. Let's just finish with Sarah, and then we'll get to it. So, so you're getting. Drew was saying you're maybe bipolar. Yes.
I just feel some momentum building, Sarah, and it feels sort of biological, and that's why I was asking about medicines and substances and bipolarity. And are you a trauma survivor?
Yes.
What kind of trauma did you have growing up?
I was sexually molested at, I don't know, 5 or 6. I don't remember what age.
So that can, all those things, can sort of change your wiring a little bit, and get you going.
And then plus you have the times of this sort of hypersexuality, and then you go dormant.
Right. That's some
when
people
I show up.
Yeah, that's
like
well,
the bat signal.
No. You induce the body. You induce
dormant. I kick them into that.
Yes, you kick them into dormancy.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the catalyst.
Right.
That forces them into their dormancy.
So, you have a relationship right now?
Just a sexual one.
No, but no real relationship.
No, I sort of quit men for about a year.
Does that mean?
I just stopped trying to date guys and find a relationship because I have always chosen the really wrong guy.
All right.
I married the wrong guy.
Okay.
And I dated him, and so I just thought,
All right,
Sarah, we got the picture.
You gotta get a little therapy if you were sexually
I've had
abused.
so much therapy.
Oh, really?
Well, how about
not enough to stop acting out?
Well, how about a real relationship, Sarah? How about somebody who actually does care about you, and you make yourself available for real caring relationship?
I thought that's what I have been doing, but I don't know. I mean, obviously it's me.
No. Here's a trick. Here's a trick. You know, the terror of these experiences gets converted into attraction in adulthood. So you get attracted to people that are likely to sort of re-victimize you and reenact all this stuff for you. So how about going out with guys that you're not so attracted to? Guys that you like, but are maybe not so exciting.
Well, they
start with them.
Yeah, they can't. You can't be attracted to them on a visceral level. You have to be sort of.
What are you laughing about? You're thinking about nipples again, or?
Yeah. No, you have to be sort of lukewarm on them. I tell you why, because it sounds crazy to tell people to stay away from the people they're really attracted to, but it's almost like somebody who has a serious problem with weight. Like, if you really want that food, it's probably not the right one for you.
Right.
You should be eating something that you're sort of, I'm not a huge fan of beets, but I'll eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it's going to be strudel. And that's what's really going to make the hair on your neck stand up, and you should stay away from it. And I was going to say with Sarah that she's done a lot of therapy, but that's sort of the classroom part of life, and then you have to go out and field test this stuff. So you could be in therapy your whole life and never actually try to have any meaningful relationships, and it's not really going to work. Jenna.
Well, you know what? I totally relate to you, obviously. I went through the exact same thing. And there's a lot of wisdom in what you guys are saying because I dated the wrong men consistently. It was a cycle of horrible violence and degradation. And finally, I met a man that I hated. And totally not my type. Did not like anything about him. And then slowly but surely, we started dating, and I was like, I love this man 100% with every ounce of who I am. And we've been together for 5 years, and he's changed my life. So I really do believe that what you're saying is true, that you can't consistently go after this guy that, you know, pretty much all my boyfriends they were this same guy.
Right.
You know?
Even when you thought they weren't when they started. Sometimes
Absolutely.
You don't even think about it. The attraction is so strong, and you're so weak. You just get sucked into its tractor beam.
Yeah.
Yes?
True.
I'm very curious, though, about the evolution from really not liking to liking. Is that because of his perseverance, or did you have a
Well, it wasn't because of his perseverance. You know, I think I came to a point in my life where I started to realize that these guys that I was dating were completely wrong for me. So when I met this guy and he actually had a job and he was a good person, he was well-rounded, he was emotionally stable, boom, I was like, okay, I don't like him, not my kind of guy, but I'm going to try this. And it worked out. And I'm totally in love.
I think this is why women aren't attracted to me, Drew, because I'm so good.
You're too nice.
I'm too good.
Yeah,
on the quality level.
I see.
They're
Not
attracted to the troublemakers.
Oh, yes. Yes. You're boring and
yeah,
nice.
Well, it is. They like
Too
the
nice.
bad boys. Yeah.
We like the funny ones. Come on.
That's the point. So somewhere you find one.
Oh, come on. But really, does any traction at all to the Ace Man with his wicked sense of humor and his nappy hair? Yeah. Ever since, and again, like I said, I broke her in, Drew. She was wet behind the ears before I took my...
Brought her up, please.
I took my pad sander with the velvet pad on it and my cordless Makita screw gun and I put a feather duster.
Did somebody get that on video or tape or something?
I've got pictures.
Oh, really?
I do. I still have them.
Wow. For me, it's all up here. See what I'm saying?
Mental pictures.
And it gets transferred every once in a while.
I
Takes
know.
the elevator down to the
That's
basement.
nice.
Oh, yeah. All right. And I'll tell you something. I was talking about on the air the other night. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I saw you coming in. I went to like the House of Fabrics the day before to buy a piece of
funny.
velvet
You've
to
told this
put on
before.
my pad sander. Yeah. I haven't told Jenna this. And I walked into the House of Fabrics and I was like, what's the smallest quantity of velvet you sell? And they're like, square yard. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll just take that. And they were like, yeah, what are you doing with it, buddy? The chick was busting my balls, and it was funny. Yeah, it was like, I could be making a teddy bear for my retarded cousin. What do you mean? And she's like,
she could tell.
She could tell. Yeah, when guys go into the fabric store and start wanting to talk about very small quantities of
there's
velvet,
something
they're
up.
like, all right, buddy, what are you doing? There's some sort of jack sleeve or what's going on with that thing? What are you doing with that thing?
Oh my God.
You're doing something with that. It's not for the AIDS quilt. I'll tell you that right now. Something weird is going on with this velvet. Probably
Jack sleeve.
Yeah, it's the name of my band in high school. What do you do? I play bass for Jack Sleeve. All right, so we're done with Sarah, yes? Therapy. Find a guy you're not attracted to and hang on to him with both hands.
Yeah, we've all told you the same thing, and it does. And therapy, yes, but we've all said, how about a relationship?
Yeah,
and just take it slow. Date and see what
And
you
if,
like.
by the way, and if you are bipolar, Sarah, and you're beginning to get manic, let's get that looked into.
Mm-hmm.
And feel free to, by the way, control yourself. Like if you say, why do I keep doing this, or I'm spinning out, try to stop yourself.
It's hard to. That's hard to. You can't just say, okay, go ahead and stop.
Oh, no, it's never going to work. But what I mean is if you're aware that you have a problem and you're right-thinking enough to call us up and talk about it, try to catch yourself next time you start to spin.
But when Jenna said that, I was thinking about how ridiculous things have become in our culture, where it's the Dr. Phil world, where all you have to do is decide you're going to stop these
You
things.
can't. You can't. It's really hard.
No, I don't think you can either, and that would be naive. But what you can do is you can sort of chip away.
Some people can act as if.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and other
Right.
no, but
And
for
so
other people, it's a 8-year process. It's like
Some
just
people
start
can't.
chipping away.
Listen, my patients can't act as if they're not a heroin addict.
Right.
You can't do that.
can't.
That's just,
No, I'm not saying act as if you're not a heroin addict.
No, I'm just saying.
No, look, you're talking about being, hooked on.
I know,
on
but
a drug.
act as if you're somebody who's available for a relationship, for instance. Sarah's case.
Well, I'm just saying whatever your behavior, and this excludes, things you get chemically addicted to, but whatever your behavior is, see if you can hover above yourself and at least see yourself doing it and see if you
Problem
can
is
reel
like
it in.
when you start thinking about it like that,
Yeah.
then it's hard to stop.
What do you mean?
Like it's kind of like when you try to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Or stop eating or something. You
Yeah.
just keep talking about eating.
Then you start thinking about it, and then
Eating.
it's in your mind. You're like, oh my God, I want to make that phone call. I want to hear this. I want to feel this, and it never works.
Right. Yeah,
I think that it's important to like better yourself outside of that. Like, do other things, find other happiness other than sexually and in a relationship. There are many other things.
That's right. None come to mind besides eating, smoking, and screwing right now. But there's got to be other things out there. Building ships in a bottle.
Nipple play.
Did I mention the ships? Nipple play. I think that starts getting into the sexual thing, though, Drew. All right.
You keep saying
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, the airplane the other day you said it wasn't.
Well, like I said, you're wearing the nursing bra. And what he'll do is he'll loosen his corset if we're going on an international flight, because it's hard. I know it cuts into your ribs.
You promised you wouldn't bring that up.
I never said I wouldn't bring up the corset. I said I wasn't going to bring up the jock full of nuts. The gag where I have you wear the one with the zipper and the peanuts in it. That's funny.
Now you've gone too far.
That I said I was all right.
Too far.
Well, that I said I wouldn't bring up.
Yeah, you said you wouldn't bring it
right
up.
along.
All right. Boy, is that funny. I remember I got the jock full of nuts gag gift when I was like 19. I was like, oh, are you idiots? This cost someone $28. By the way, I could use like a frozen dinner.
I didn't know there was such thing as chocolate.
Yes, there
Is that where the snakes pop out?
Yeah, unzip the thing and peanuts come out. It's very clever. Nuts! Chock full of nuts.
Oh, my God. I thought it'd be like thing with like the snakes pop like out of the can.
I know.
That's a little more of a
no
whoopee.
That's penis
jock.
full of snakes.
Okay.
That's different. Trevor?
Yeah?
You sell any novelty gifts on your website? Because I'd like to design those.
I have quite a few.
No, he means like chock full of nuts.
No, I mean I would
not
like
yet.
I would like to
That's a good idea.
my novelty gifts and mix them with adult toys. You know what I mean?
What would that make? That'd
like
make
a vibrator, dildo buzzer. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
dildo
baby,
taser.
let me go.
That'll go over
like
well.
A maniac.
Yeah, women like that.
a whoopee dildo.
Yeah, I got you, baby.
You know what? Those would probably sell really well.
That would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the love potion, the water soluble lube that burns like
Burns,
fire.
yeah.
Oh,
so
come
funny.
on.
So
that'd be
funny.
great. Yeah, yeah.
That's good fun.
Yeah, we could really get into this. There are plenty of people out there that have a sense of humor and a libido who would appreciate
the
this.
whoopee plug.
The whoopee butt plug. Yeah,
Oh,
that would
no.
be awesome. Drew, nice job, buddy. That is wonderful thinking. I'm just saying, why not lighten up the mood a little in the bedroom? Drew, what happened to you, buddy?
That's what I'm wondering. What happened to me?
I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be that serious, you know?
Yeah.
They always say, be playful.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Be playful. Fart candle. Honey, I'm going to light the candle just to set the mood. You know what I'm saying? They say be playful in the bedroom. Why not some good novelty gifts in there? Trevor?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Yeah, I have a question for Jenna. But first, I'd like to say I love you guys. I listened to you religiously ever since I moved here.
Thank
moved
you.
here from Israel about 5 months ago.
Whoa.
Really?
Wow.
You're Israeli?
Yeah. Thought you'd find that interesting.
I do find it interesting.
What are you doing here?
Well, just wanted to try something new. I have some family here, get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Fresno.
Fresno.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a breeding ground for white trash, and it's the first thing I noticed. Hate this place.
How did you know what white trash is?
I don't know. They must pick us up.
Oh, we
on the
get
internet.
American TV.
Okay. All right.
So Trevor, you moved. Were you born in Israel?
No, I was actually born in Southern California, but I moved when I was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm. Because your parents were like, you could probably get shot or stabbed in SoCal, but you're not going to get blown up. Come on, sweetie. Let's be realistic. We got to move to a place where you're going to get blown up. Fantastic. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. And so you moved to Israel, and what made you get out of Israel?
Well, basically, they didn't want me in the Army.
Oh, they didn't?
What? Your parents didn't want you in the Army, or the Army didn't want you?
The Army didn't want me in the Army.
Why?
I smoke weed.
Oh, really? How can you get a lot of weed? Can you get weed in Israel?
Oh, yeah, sure. We have pretty good hash coming in every once in a
Oh,
while.
I would imagine, yeah, good hash.
So I don't understand. So why doesn't everyone that doesn't want to serve smoke pot?
Right.
Because they're afraid to get in trouble with the police.
Mm-hmm.
And you just smoke pot and leave the country?
Well, I already got in trouble with the police, so I didn't care if the Army knew or not.
I see.
What don't we know about Israel that would shock us? Or what would be the most interesting thing that people in the United States don't know about it?
Well, from what I hear a lot from people, they think that the Israelis blow themselves up too.
No.
That's not true.
No, nobody thinks that, do they?
Oh, I've spoken to people that actually told me that that's what they believe.
Oh, well, you're in Fresno because you're talking to guys going, you got your car bombs and you got your Jew bombs. You are Jew bomb, okay? Now, the Palestinians, they got them car bombs, but you got them Jew bombs. Is that who you're talking? You're talking to just guys who work at transmission shops in Fresno. You're not talking to anybody with an education. Nobody we know.
But Trevor, you didn't answer Adam's question, though. Is there something about Israel that we would find interesting that we don't know?
I think so. I think you get pretty good coverage.
All right.
People here, we party a lot more from what I see, though.
I think the Israelis do know how to have a good time.
Huh.
All right.
All right, what's up?
All right.
We have to compensate for everything that's going on.
Yeah, I understand. What's going on?
Well, my question for Jenna is, how does a regular person get into porn production?
Production?
Yeah.
Well, so you don't want to be in the movie?
No, I want to be the guy that makes the money off the movie.
Well, you got this Israeli thing going for you, which is a step in the right direction.
Right.
Like you have to give you a members-only jacket, big thigh hanging down, stick some hair on your chest.
Oh,
great.
Not really. I have long hair.
Yeah, you're 19.
And you're 19.
Wait till you're 38. You have the big gut on you and the hairy chest. So what about it? What do you have to do? You got to get a woman, right?
Well, the production side is completely different than being in front of the camera. So, the problem is it's a very close-knit community.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know people, then it's very hard to be taken seriously and be successful. So, my advice would be to start working as like a camera tech, as a grip, learn the ropes, because it's not as easy as everybody thinks.
So it's like really any other media
Yeah,
venture,
absolutely.
because it's
the same
an
thing.
apprenticeship.
You don't call Donald Trump and go, "Whoa, how do I be a mogul?"
Yeah.
It's like you just get in.
Well,
and
same thing
start
with
working.
television production. You get in there, hustle. And,
Yeah. Now,
Same thing.
I do know this from being on the set of a porn and seeing guys around. If you want to do the tech or the grip stuff, you have to have cutoffs. You got to wear
a raincoat.
Creepy jean cutoffs. And you have that duct tape hanging off your thing, and it's great. But that is the uniform of the porn grip is the cut off denim jeans. I don't know. It seemed to have gone out, and over every other circle's phased out the cutoffs, but not in porn. Not in porn. And is there ever been a guy? Has there ever been like a grip or tech or one of these guys that's creeped you out on the set? I'm sure all of them
there was
every
a guy.
time.
There was a guy that was a lighting grip, and he would come to work in female clothing. And
Maybe
hey, to each his own. That's all good, but don't subject me to it. It was very strange, and he was a very heavy set guy. And he'd bend over and he'd have these satin G-strings on, and
wow.
Yeah, it was a little bit awkward.
Nursing bra?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess if you're showing up to the porn set, you figure, well, I'm just gonna
everybody will accept me,
let my
but you know what?
Flag fly here. I mean, who's gonna kick me off this set?
It was very strange.
Yeah.
And then he wanted us to start calling him Nancy, and it was weird.
It must have been a great conversation between like him and the director. Like, listen, Bob, we're shooting a very important triple anal scene here. We're gonna need you to have a little dignity and decorum here. Could you go ahead and put some trousers on?
Well, he could have shaved at least.
So, any other weird, creepy guy, just just giving you that weird stink eye the whole time, like he's enjoying this a little too much?
Oh, that's happened quite often.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, usually they're really respectful. They'll take you aside afterwards and go, "Oh my God, that was amazing." Which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm lucky that people in the industry have always treated me with respect because I've demanded it.
Right.
So.
Well, now, and again, we talked
except
about
for Nancy
earlier. You got in. It seemed to be and you made it the right time, but things are definitely different. Things are open to the entrepreneurial spirit, which I don't know. I just wonder if this was 1975, if you would have got chewed up and spat out.
I don't think so.
All right.
Not if I had the right frame of mind like I do now,
All right. Well, the point is you're laughing all the way to the bank.
That's
right.
God
bless you.
Look at the.
God bless you.
Amazing.
What are we looking at?
What's on her wrist and finger.
Nice rack. Oh, yeah. What is that? Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my. What? Oh my. My God. How many carats is that? What is that thing?
Canary diamond.
Don't ever. If you wear that in front of my wife.
That's what all guys say. They're like, please don't show my wife.
You put your hands in your pockets. You keep them there. Wow.
It won't fit.
What is that thing?
Bring that all up here.
It's a 13-carat canary.
Oh my God.
Is that emeralds around the watch?
No, it's just the light hitting. It's a. Oh, I gotta check. It's a Bulgari.
Wow.
Wow. This is my wedding present from my husband.
I got a cell phone. You seen it?
I gave away from a mixer.
Yeah. You gave her. Now, one of the powered ones or just a swizzle stick?
Power.
Wow,
oh,
that is
come on,
nice.
you guys. You're well off.
13 carat. No, I'm literally a millionaire. Literally. Yeah. And so is Drew. Drew, you're literally a millionaire.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. All right. That is it for the Jenna Jameson reign on this show. God bless you, sweetie
Thank
pea.
you.
Always a delight. Always good to see you.
I'm so glad to be here.
Will you come back anytime?
I will.
All right. The name of the book is How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, Cautionary Tale. We'll, again, going to be at Book Soup, 7 o'clock tomorrow out here in Los Angeles, West L.A., right? On Sunset?
Yeah, it's on Sunset.
All right. We will take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after this.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Please hold.
Gas coming, dude.
That's true.
Two, one, and go.
Hey, y'all. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Black Eyed Peas in here tomorrow night. Jenna Jameson has left the building. Drew?
Yeah.
Doing good, buddy?
Yeah, how about you?
Feeling good?
Yeah. Did you have fun?
Had a good time.
Yeah.
Always love that Jenna Jameson. I can't believe it's been 5 years since she's been on this show.
That is weird.
All right.
I remember though when you discovered her. You kept bugging Ann to get her up here. There's this one. You got to get her up here.
Did I do that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow. All right. Well, there you go, Drew.
Yeah.
I got an eye for talent.
What can you say?
Let's speak to Jimmy, who's 17. Jimmy?
Yeah.
What's up, Jimmy?
Not much, man. Thinking about getting a Prince Albert.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No, you're not.
Yeah, we don't buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bogus.
Why is it bogus?
It just
now it went into deep bogosity. Before we were just level 1. Now we're like DEFCON 5 on the bogus meter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Man.
I'll tell you why.
We're good though, huh?
I'll tell you why.
It's just that
yeah, we're
attitude.
good. You had your when a question sounds like a sack of potato chips that is just puffed up with air, and there's really nothing in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you needed our help about a Prince Albert, we'd feel that. We'd feel like the reason you were calling, the importance of it to you, as opposed to the announcement that I'm thinking about it. Well, that's an announcement. That's not a question.
Well, it's a good point and a good way for us to blow some air up our own asses here, Drew. Which is people think
is that with the whoopee plug or the
whoopee butt plug? People think that we react to the content of the question, like, "Oh, you must have known that one was bogus because it was so outlandish."
Yeah.
The reality is most our bogus calls are on sort of mundane questions.
Yeah, which is a smart strategy, by the way.
Yeah, it's just
you're off your guard
and it just turns out oftentimes people have crazier, more complicated, real situations that are a little too advanced in the scenario department for a lot of the people that are stoned and calling the show, thinking about making bogus phone calls. We react to the persons to how they feel and how they make us feel, and that felt hollow.
Yeah,
You know what it feels like? It's a difference between looking at a plywood facade of an old Western town and actually being in an old Western town.
That's right. That's great analogy.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, Drew.
Well, whatever.
Jessica?
Even if I didn't feel that way, I'd have to say it.
No. So. Yes. Jessica?
Yeah.
You're 18?
Uh-huh.
What's up?
A friend and I were having a discussion yesterday about masturbation, the difference between males and females, and he asked me, what did I think the norm was for girls, and I was like, I don't know, because I think I do it more than most girls my age.
Hold on. Did you say asked?
Asked.
Okay, because you're white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you understand it's offensive to the African American community when white people say asked. You understand? It's like they can call themselves the N-word, but we can't call them that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's the same. They don't talk about it, but the same with ask and ax. Go ahead.
Sorry.
That's all right.
And I wanted to know, statistically, what is it for teenage girls and what is it for teenage boys?
It's probably about once every day or so for boys.
Teenage.
And
for
boys. And for girls, it's a much broader range. Most are in the 0 category.
Yeah.
And some are in the few times a week category.
I would say for teenage boys also, to put a finer point on it, it goes into this crowd of once you pass this threshold point of about 35, now it's 2 to 3 times a day. Do you see what I'm saying?
No. Threshold 35.
Number under your belt. Like, here's the thing. Let's say you start off, you're 15 or you're 14. It's once a week or something.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it becomes twice a week. At a certain point, when the total number that you've done it reaches 36, it begins to become. You get a little momentum with it.
It can be that way, but I'm still thinking of an average. It's probably more around once a day for guys.
Yeah, average once a day because you factor in the people that just got started.
Right.
When the guy becomes seasoned, look out. And I wonder, Drew, if the access to the internet, the pornography, and all that stuff has cranked up the notched it up a little.
Imagine what happened to you.
Oh, look. Back in our day, Drew.
Yeah.
First off, what we would do is we would steal a stick from the elder's fire. And I would use the charcoal at the end of the stick
to draw porn,
to draw boobies.
Yeah. And you just
on a piece of bark, and I would stare at it. No, seriously, you would take porn and you would borrow.
Chris is trying to picture that right now. Look at him. He's like, really? Whoa, Adam with us looking at a piece of bark.
We would go to the elder's hut. Okay. And that's where the elder and when
he was thinking about Jenna. That's what that was.
Is that what that is?
I'm still. Yeah.
You lost in thought?
Yeah.
You notice how he didn't seem to be here for a while?
Yeah.
He was in the room.
Yeah, the normally gregarious, chatty Chris the engineer quieted down all of a sudden.
Mesmerized.
Yeah, it's usually like a livestock auctioneer. You can't shut the kid up.
Right.
But he slipped into a deep, deep sexual coma.
He really was an altered state.
Yeah.
You got to snap him out of
It
it.
was sweet.
Do you have some Jenna Jameson movies, Chris?
I don't own them, though.
No, you don't. You rent?
Borrow from friends.
Internet? Where do you? No, you're living at home. Do you have to
I have
hide
a
the
DVD
porn?
player.
You do in your room?
No.
Mom will drop dead.
No, I just have a radio in my room.
Just
you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Sneaking into the living room after you thought Mom went to bed could be very dangerous territory.
Yeah. Oh, poor Mom.
Comes out, a glass of milk. Mijo! Oh, no! Oh, Mijo Santa Maria! Chris's mom's not even Mexican. Oh, no, wait, she is, right? What is she? Half.
Yeah.
What is she, though? What's the mom? She's half?
Her mom?
No, who's the Mexican in
your
family?
mom.
Yeah, my mom's half Italian, half Mexican.
Oh, yeah, good. That's a heart attack right there. Mijo, I made you some...
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Next day, she finds a
times.
stain on the carpet. She thinks it's the Virgin Mary. Chris has to explain what happened.
It's a masculine stain.
Yes.
Masculine, male protein stain.
Yeah. So the DVD player's in the living room.
Yeah.
You got to get one in your room. You got a TV in your room?
No, I don't have a TV in my room.
No TV.
You need to lend him your little portable DVD player.
You got a you got a
Oh, I have
computer?
a computer, yes.
Computer's in the room. Oh, that's good enough. Why no TV though?
I just don't like it in my room. That's all.
Bad feng shui.
You don't because it costs $200, or
No,
you don't?
no.
You just don't
I have
like
I have a good stereo and a good computer. So.
All right, you don't need the TV in there. You got enough room. Yeah. Okay. But what happens when you do get hold of a good DVD? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I never reveal my secrets.
Yeah, but you got Mom's work schedule down pretty good. I like the checkup phone call. Drew, you know you've done this with your wife before.
Hell
do that
yes.
thing. You do that call where it's like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know they're at work, or they're out on the cell phone, and it's you're thumping the melon a little bit. What's going on? Oh, you're still over at Sharon's house. When are you getting out of there? Okay, great. Well, I'll be here. You hang up. You're like, okay, I have 33 minutes. It's a 19-minute drive from Sharon's house to this house. That's if she makes every signal, and she's got to wrap it up over there. Okay, I got 33 minutes. Yeah, that's the feel-out call. Chris, you do that. You call your mom at work. How are you doing? Just want to see. Okay, you be leaving soon.
And I got the Skinamax on TiVo, so it's all good.
Skinamax.
Yeah. Got the TiVo.
Oh,
You got the TiVo, Chris?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. In the catbird seat, Drew.
Yeah. And he spent an evening with Jenna Jameson here, just here.
Yeah,
in a
really.
stupor.
You should be paying me.
Okay.
We're what are we gonna do, Drew?
I thought we'd take a call.
We take a call?
Yeah.
Why start?
All right, let's take a break.
All right,
You're
let's take a break.
All right.
Let's take a break. When we come back, huh?
Talk to somebody who's been on hold for 116 minutes, shan't we?
Oh, 117.
Yeah.
John? All right. Right after this.
Hello? Who's this?
This is LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
Weird, huh? It's not that weird, but...
Three, 2, 1, go!
Hey, yo. LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Forget about that phone number. We don't need your calls. We're lucky to get to the ones we have here, right, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Engineer Chris, smitten with Jenna Jameson. Speechless. A man of few words normally.
Look, he's really...
There's nothing left of him.
Yeah, poor Chris. He's a shell of a person.
Yeah, there's nothing left. You all right, buddy?
I'm speechless, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Were you a fan of hers before this?
Yeah. She's,
yeah.
Now, let me ask you.
What's going to happen to Chris tonight?
What's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to little Chris? That's a real question.
That's what I'm saying.
He may pull that thing off. Have to get Dr. Alter in here to reattach it.
Nice.
Dr. Alter's phone ringing at 4 in the morning. What's the problem? Yeah, Alter. It's Adam from LoveLine. We got a problem. Yeah, remember Engineer Chris? Yeah. Pull this dork off. What, is he at home? No, actually, it was on the way home. It was in his car. He didn't know what to do. He's by the side of the tent. He's got it sitting in milk. Thank Christ he was drinking milk. All right. Let's keep going. Drew, no reading the book while we're doing the show. You're going to read that book, though. You can bring it home? Your wife going to let you bring it home? Maybe?
Maybe.
No, you're not going to chance
No,
it.
I'm thinking more about the kids and stuff. And,
Oh, yeah.
you don't want
You don't want them seeing it?
It's got a little
Pretty naughty.
heavy stuff in here.
Got some pictures?
Yeah, and
It's time they learn. Time they know what Daddy really does and really thinks about. You know what I mean? All right. So not so much the wife, but the kids.
No, yeah, not mine, Susan.
I just think you can hide stuff from the kids. They get into stuff.
Think about that.
What, me?
If you
Well,
were loose in my house at age 12.
Let me explain a couple of things. Your house, I could find anything in my house because my house was the size of one of those cat litter boxes with the roof on it.
Yes.
It was marginally smaller than that. As a matter of fact, cats used to just crap in our house. They thought, well, it's got
They had their head sticking out while they crapped in there.
I would come home from school. There'd be a cat's head sticking out the window of the house while it was making. Had that great look on it. You know, that's like, hey, I'm taking a dump. Like, hey, that's not, that's not a cat house. That's I live there.
Got it.
Yeah, so I could find porn because
or whatever.
The house could only hold like 2 Playboys.
Yeah.
And your place though, you got like 6,000 square feet. You got plenty of place to hide the porn there.
Even so, I got 3 kids running around there. What do you think?
They come into the bedroom.
They get in everything.
They look through the closet.
They haven't, but I
Do
know
they know?
that stage has got to come.
No,
right?
yeah. Here's what happens. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what happens. It starts innocently enough, which is around Christmas. They want to find out what their gifts are.
Right.
And they reach up, and there's a box on top, and they pull, and all of a sudden, an avalanche of vibrators crushes them. That's right. And that's when reality sets in.
Yeah.
Yes? Yes.
So, anyway.
All right. John?
Yeah.
You're 25?
Yes, I am.
You've been on hold for 124 minutes and 44 seconds.
It's got to be some kind of
it's
record.
It's been pretty long. I've actually got a buddy that's going out of town that I'm supposed to be hanging out with right now. Or leaving.
Sorry, brother. We're gonna do.
Apologize to your buddy for us.
We're gonna do what we can for you.
Thanks for getting to my call, though. I appreciate it.
All right. John, you're our favorite caller of all time.
Yeah.
2 hours on hold, and he's thanking us.
All right. So
By the way, is that not the difference between a hostile person and a you know what I mean, and a good person?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, or a pathetic person.
No.
John. So you have the urge to pee after masturbation.
Yeah.
And
kind
then
of a weird question. Ironic too, seeing as how Jenna was on tonight.
Yeah. And but nothing comes out after.
Right. Because it's only happened to me like twice. The first time I drank a lot of beer that night, and after I got home, whatever, I masturbated, and even after that, I relieved myself. I urinated, and even after I urinated, it still felt like I had to urinate.
Well, that urgency to pee is all a function of irritation of your urethra. And then sometimes the prostate. But the whole outflow tract can become irritated, either from masturbation or sometimes even from the semen itself coming down. And usually it passes, that kind of irritation passes in an hour or two by itself.
True.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. But it's only happened to me twice, and both times it was when I drank a lot of,
Diuretics,
pretty much.
A lot of what?
Diuretics.
Diuretics,
yeah.
I mean things, not diuretics. You mean fluids.
I mean, it's like coffee.
Much,
no,
yeah.
It means coffee and alcohol.
Well, beer and coffee and water, as a matter of fact,
Coffee is a diuretic. Beer is just fluid. And beer...
Alcohol's not considered a diuretic.
No.
It isn't.
No.
But yet it has some of the same effects, doesn't it?
It just makes you pee because you're drinking so much volume.
Well, now hold on a second there, wiseacre.
Hey, by the way, the alcohol also irritates the urethra tract.
It does.
Yes, the outflow tract can be irritated by alcohol. So.
Okay, let me just get this straight.
Yeah.
Caffeine, diuretic.
Yeah,
yes?
slight, mild.
Diuretic is a diuretic. Is that what
diuretic
you're
means
saying?
It's stimulating your body to unload fluids above physiological levels.
Right. You wouldn't normally have to urinate, but now you have to urinate.
It's not just unloading the volume you put in. Above and beyond that volume, there's more going out than going in.
Right. So caffeine will do that.
Caffeine is
Diet soda, coffee, that kind of stuff. Slightly. But they do talk about people drink like a lot of diet soda, get rid of a lot. They make too much out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I thought alcohol had the same effect.
No, it's pure volume.
Just pure volume. No diuretic at all. So you're just drinking beer, you're just peeing as much as you take in.
Yes, I'm just thinking you can get dehydrated.
Yeah, but I thought you do get dehydrated.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how the dehydration occurs.
And then what is a real diuretic? A diuretic?
Diuretic, there's different means of they affect the loop or the tubules in the kidneys. It changes, kidney physiology.
It's boring, but
it stimulates the fluid to not be reabsorbed by the kidney. It can keep on flowing out.
So a diuretic is anything that makes you do that, put out more than you take in.
Yes.
But coffee, coffee's about diet soda is about as good, or maybe regular soda is about as good as we're going to do. But if they have real diuretics, go get them.
Yeah,
go get me some of that.
No,
try out what for some surgery or a test or something like that.
When you have heart failure and liver failure, and your body hangs unnaturally onto fluid, you got to make it unnaturally go the other way.
All right,
to try to bring it back towards normal.
Let me ask you a question about urethritis. Right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between non-specific urethritis and non-gonococcal urethritis?
Same thing.
That's what I thought.
Why? You just came up with the Jimmy's today?
I got this guy at work that's got he's
NGU.
He's a red fountain. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, NGU. That's a non-gonococcal urethritis.
Where'd you get it?
Asian hooker.
Yeah, I figured.
No, I don't know. Where do you get it?
Asian hookers.
Oh, okay. Do you?
No, anybody can get that from any. That's why you wear condoms.
Yeah, but does it have to be sexually transmitted disease? The non-specific urethritis?
Yeah, that's a...
You could get it from what?
Other bacteria.
Is Chris going to give it to himself tonight?
He might. If he rubs a little dookie around,
So you can... it's hard to get
it's
with a partner?
It's considered a sexually transmitted disease.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be glad to hear that when I announce it at the writers' meeting tomorrow.
Quote me.
Chris?
Yes?
You're 25?
Yes.
Did we finish with John from Minnesota over here?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I think it's kind of odd. Sometimes I play around with it, but my boyfriend likes to sometimes wait until I fall asleep to start messing around with me.
To start what?
She has a horrible line, but he wants to get it on with her while she's asleep, essentially.
Yeah. If you behaved like that when you were awake, he'd do it when you were awake, too. Do you see? Adam, am I right on this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you would let him proceed without unencumbered by conversation or anything else, he'd be fine while you're awake too.
Well, what's the question?
Well, the question is maybe is it psychologically rooted? Is it maybe about dominance or
No. No.
He just had a weird fetish?
No.
Well, listen.
You get a feel for things here, Adam?
Yeah. Well, guys get a boner when they go to bed a lot of the time. She's nutty. Yeah. Yeah, why is she nutty? What's going on with her? Chris?
Yeah?
What do you do for a living?
I am a mortician.
Mortician.
Shocking.
Is he a mortician too?
No, he's a bartender.
Have you called the show before?
No.
What do you do as a mortician? You prepare bodies for the grave?
Yeah, I do pretty much everything. I meet families, I arrange funerals, I conduct funerals, I do embalming, and make up all of it.
What's the, do you guys have that Neptune Society out there in San Francisco?
Yeah, we do.
That takes business away from Chris.
Yeah.
We don't deal with them directly. They're
Yeah.
usually their own separate entity.
You don't want to mess with the Corollas. I was just having a laugh about this. Everyone's in the Neptune Society.
Yeah.
Which is, look, here's the deal with the Corollas. They ain't going to give you money when you're alive. You think they're going to spend $1,500 on a casket when you're gone? You're lucky to get $18 when you're walking around on this planet. You dead. I really, if there was a service that said, look, we drag the corpse to a gator farm and toss them in. Looks like a Bond movie.
The Corolla service.
They'd be like, well, is it cheaper than the sea burial? Then we're in. They're in because...
It's realistic. What the hell?
The Corollas are atheists. And why should they... you already have enough heartache. Why should your wallet ache?
But anyway, as far as Chris is going here, the fact that I think he just likes the fact that she's quiet and holds still, and that's probably what he'd go for while she was awake, too, if she were capable of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't mean to be disparaging, but I don't think it's fetishistic. It's just he just.
I wonder if Chris's attraction to the embalming process and the asleep with the sex.
It's weird, isn't it? I don't think so. It makes it to me. It adds up to bogus. Is what it adds up to.
I'm reaching.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, here's the deal. You're looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all.
Looks like a person who's does not have the use of their legs.
Yeah, I know what that was like.
That's great.
Huh?
Looks like he was in an accident.
1, go!
Hey, yo. Well, there you go.
That's it.
That's LoveLine. We were doing that best of CD. We may have saved snippets from that show for it, Drew.
What do you think, Anderson?
Oh, well, Drew, maybe we're gonna.
You mean the video version of it?
No, just the CD.
Oh, the CD.
Yeah.
Which snippets would those be?
There you go.
Some of Adam's funnier stuff.
That's right. It'll be in outer space. Everyone, listen. That's the way it's meant to be done. We'll want to thank Jenna Jameson for coming in here tonight. And until next time, I'm Carl for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. I made you some.
This has been LoveLine. LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.